A few days ago, I had just finished a class and I was trying to reflect on what I'd studied. And my daughter came in and asked me a rather profound question, one that got me thinking and eventually led me to putting this together for you guys. She asked me, Mom, is motherhood a difficult thing? I was drawn aback by the question and I was wondering why she was asking. Now, I didn't want to overwhelm her, I didn't want to give her too much information or sugarcoat things. So I carefully thought about my answers and I told her that motherhood is one of the most beautiful things that can happen to anyone or that's happened to me. I told her that it was such an honor being responsible for making decisions that shape people's lives. I told her that it was really very interesting, but at the same time, it can be very overwhelming. It can be very challenging, very, very demanding. And I thought to pause and ask her, why did you ask? And then she said, because I make it, she said, Mom, because you make it look like a piece of cake. Piece of cake? Really? That was really, really, really funny because I don't see what I do as a piece of cake or as easy as a piece of cake. And then I got thinking, what really could make this whole thing look like it's a walk in the park or a piece of cake, like she put it. So I started telling her things, and it dawned on me like, wow, I am actually doing this and I'm very good at it. Sometimes we don't compliment ourselves, we don't give ourselves credit for the things we do well. Um, we're always reaching out or trying to learn new things, and it makes us feel like we don't know much. But I had to take my flowers, like I was doing it well, and in her eyes, it was a piece of cake. So, welcome again to another very insightful episode with the Lorry brand. Today we'll be talking about motherhood, a piece of cake. Do you want to know what I told her? Do you know what do you want to know what I told her made motherhood look like a piece of cake to me? Don't go anywhere because today I'll be telling you out of the I think after putting this video together, I listed about 20 or 21 things that made motherhood or that makes motherhood easy for me, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I'm going to share only six, so stay to the end because I promise you're going to learn a whole lot from this episode. So let's get right into it. Why is motherhood a piece of cake, or how can it be a piece of cake? Motherhood can be very undaunting, whether you're a single mom, a stay-at-home mom, a mom of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a mom that is running a business exec, or a 9 to 5, or no matter what you do on the side, motherhood is a full-time job on its own, and it can be very, 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 very challenging. But have you ever heard of the saying that it takes a community to raise children? Aha, it's very, very true. You don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it all alone. I don't think there's a special medal that will get handed to you for wanting to do it all by yourself. So these six things, a combination of all, or maybe one could work for you. Maybe you're already doing them or doing some of them, or you can maybe learn one more to make your journey a bit easier. So let's get right to it. Number one is hire the right fit. A lot of us want to cut corners. We want to get things done, but we don't want to pay premium price for premium value. It's you get to a point in your journey in parenting where you realize that penny wise pound foolish is for real. You don't want to get people who are rookies to whatever task you're getting them to handle. Now, motherhood or parenting in general is multifaceted. Like there are a lot of things you have to do, maybe on a daily basis or weekly intervals, or the different aspects. Let's not even talk about the domestic staff as per your gardener or housekeeper or nanny. Let's talk about the people that maybe you're having a party, you want decorations or cakes or some vendors to come and handle some aspects of your event. Um, you should pay price for premium value. Get the right fit for the job. The importance of this is that you spend less time teaching, and then you get a lot of things done fast or very quickly. You don't have to spend time teaching, a lot of time teaching the ropes, or maybe on the job training or doing on the job training for them. They already kind of are proficient enough. They just need to understand your system. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. They just need you to maybe walk them around how you run your home as a mom, and maybe as a dad too. I believe that dads will also learn a team. I believe that dads will also learn a thing or two from this video. Now, the downside of getting cheap labor is you may not get the expertise you're looking for. You may spend a lot more brain power, energy, time, resources teaching or putting the person you've gotten through to getting the things done. And you may spend twice as much time and energy doing that thing you could easily have paid for. Time is money. Just try and make sure that you are not majoring in minors. You're not spending your time or expending your energy just doing things that you could hire right for. And then when you have gotten the right fit, please be number two, be a team player. Are you dependable? Are you trustworthy? Do you have the best interest of your team at heart? People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's not just enough to show them that you know how to do things as a mom. You must also show that you care. Caring may just be saying a nice word. Caring may just be listening. Just sometimes we try to tell people to drop their emotions or problems, maybe at the doorpost when they're coming to work. But at the end of the day, we fail to realize that EQ forms a very, very pivotal part in our everyday lives. That, for instance, if your housekeeper's child is ill, or she has one challenge or the other, she will not be at her 100% best. And then when you notice that maybe she's moody or she's sad, or you just read her cues and you see that something is wrong, you just go yammering and down on them and saying, why are you not getting things done and all? Be empathetic. Walk in their shoes, put yourself in their shoes, and maybe help them out. A word of advice, listening ears, finances, anything at all to just ease the burden for them, or make the burden lighter, will make you a very, very great team player. I'm not saying that some people just capitalize on the goodness of your heart and then come up with a lot of excuses. Remember, I already said hire the right fit. If the person is right for the job, it means that your values align, and then they are decent enough to maybe have that responsibility or handle that task. So because of that, you'll be more at rest, or open armed towards helping out. And then don't be kind to them because of what you have to get in return. Do good anyway. The best kind of favor or kindness you can offer is one for which you do not expect or demand anything in return. Remember, it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. Number three is have values. And it's not just enough for you to have those values. Make sure that they are very, very clear. You are very, very big on honesty. Say it, communicate it well, live it, model it, hammer it, like say it every time you get, every opportunity you get, so that nobody will say they did not know. You're very good on punctuality. Sing it as a song. In fact, record it and have it played over and over again if you have to. So nobody will come tomorrow and say, I did not know a bird flew, a lizard crawled, and no cock and bull stories. No cock and bull stories. Let them know what your values are. Let them know what you stand for. Let your team, let every member of the home know what you stand for. Individually as the mom and collectively as a family. So that when any new member of staff is coming, there's already a standard I set that you cannot fall below. It kind of helps smoothing things and straightening things out. If in your home there are certain kinds of music or songs, certain kind of songs that you do not listen to, then they will naturally imbibe that culture. Whenever you're by yourself, whenever you're wearing your headphones, it's okay. You can play whatever songs you like, you can watch whatever movies you pick or choose. But while you are at work, while you are around the children, this is how you are expected to behave. This is the kind of behavior that is required of you. So if you sell it, if you are clear, communicate it clearly, and then leave it, and then you are very strict with it, you abide with it to the T, it will be very easy for them to imbibe to as a culture. Number four is be organized. Organization is a very big deal. Like it's like the bedrock of everything you would have to do as a mom. If you're not organized, it is very easy for your structure to be torn apart. It's very easy for things to go wrong. It's very easy for your routines or schedules or plans not or calendar not to be respected or followed. You must run a system that can subsist whether you're there or not. It's not that when it's time for breakfast and you're not around, your phone is buzzing. Hello, mom, what are we cooking today? And then maybe you're trying to sleep and you've had a very long day, and then you're trying to rest. They come and wake you up and say, what are we going to make for dinner? There should be a menu that is detailed, as easy to read as ABC, so that whether you're there or not, home can run like a clock. Your home can survive without you. Don't be the bloodline. Oh, okay, sorry. Don't be the lifeline of your home. Okay. So if your structure is in place and you're very organized, your systems in place, your routines are well spelled out, you see that even your children will know what to expect at different intervals during the day. They'll know when it's bedtime, they'll know when it's time to maybe shower, they'll know when it's time to eat, they'll know where to find what. Organization will really help you make things very easy. Number five is deal dependable relationships. Now you are as rich as the network you have. Your net worth depends on your network. Who are the people in your corner? Remember, I started this video by saying that it takes a community to raise children. Who can you call upon when you really need to get things done? Who can you, maybe you're very busy, who can you send your grocery list to help you pick up grocery from the grocery store? Who can you maybe leave your children with if you really have maybe an emergency comes up and then you really need to go? Then you must have a support system. You must build dependable relationships. Not just enough to have a long contact list. Are these people useful? There's this there's a local adage we play with here in Nigeria. Now, who is useful, then they use. Just means that it's someone who is useful that gets used. Not to use like in a bad way, please. Not to use like in a negative or derogatory way. Like if you are useful, if you are valuable, then people will gravitate towards you. If you are without value, nobody wants to be around somebody who doesn't provide or give value. Now, don't expect to always take and don't give. If you're not depositing into that account, if you're not a giver yourself, you'll soon run out of favors. Okay, always outdo one another in honor, meaning if this person is helping you do ABC and D, you should be taking a burden of them too. Always strive to be a high value contact, that person who everyone wants to pick their call when their phones ring. Don't be that person that people will just go him on you like, this person is calling me again. That's not the kind of mom you want to be. It is not easy being you, being a wife and being a mom to all the adorable little kids you have. So you have to have dependable relationships so that when push comes to shove, you would have what the system or structure to fall back to. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child. Your village must be one you can depend on. If not, or your is your case, that's simply like you're on your own. Number 6 is have rules and regulations. It's not just enough for you as a sovereign state. Remember, we have we've thought about family sovereignty before. Not seen that. If you've not seen that video, please check on this channel somewhere. If you have not seen that video, please check this channel. You'll find it, and then please go through it. There's a lot to learn from it. Now, as a sovereign state, you must have rules and regulations. Every citizen of your state must know what they are obligated, what they are obligated to do, what the obligations are, what is required of them. Now, I haven't spelled out the rules, I haven't spelled out the regulations. Do you have what laws do you have in place for their enforcement, actions, and consequences? Okay, if you do this, what happens? Do you go scot-free? Do you go away? Do you go away with it? Now, remember, we never advocate for corporal punishment. We always teach gentle parenting, conscious, positive parenting, connecting so you'll be able to correct your children, knowing them, understanding their love languages, understanding their learning styles and their temperament, so that you're able to provide guidance accordingly. So haven't laid down these rules, haven't spelled out these regulations. What modalities do you have in place for their implementation? Um, do you teach sibling harmony, or your children still bicker at each other and whine? Most times when my kids come to me to tell on maybe the other person or report, like we say in Nigeria, I say, please, I am neither a cop nor a jury nor a judge. So please go and settle yourselves, like go and settle amongst yourselves and leave me out of it. Because I don't want to be seen or perceived as taking sides. I don't want to sell the impression or notion that I am on Mr. A or Mr. B's side. So I'll sit it out, because I've taught them about conflict resolution and then about negotiation. So go and discuss it, express your feelings in a polite manner, and then iron things out by yourself. So what are the consequences for actions? Now, you must remember that, or take note that the consequence must fit the crime. The punishment must fit the crime. No, it's not corporal punishment. Discipline is teaching, re-educating, helping them to relearn, learn over and over again for however long it will take them to understand whatever you're trying to teach them. So if they did not do right by their sibling, or do whatever you have said they should do right, how are they going to be retaught? It doesn't mean that the method you used in teaching before did not work. Are you going to try another method? Are you going to maybe have them go on timeout? In my home, we send them to we used to call it naughty corner, but I think we've evolved into calling it your thought corner. Go and sit down there, recollect your thoughts, simmer down, and then ask yourself, how would I have behaved differently now? That you have done something wrong, that the child has done something wrong, doesn't make them a bad person in themselves, doesn't change how or influence or affect how you feel about them. What they did is what is wrong, not them in themselves. So don't attack the person, deal with the thing they did, deal with their action. That way you're not tampering with their self-esteem. You're making sure that they understand that their actions are very separate from them, and then they can be held accountable for their actions. Now, if you are not consistent with consequences, they will definitely push boundaries. If they know they can always get away with what they've done, trust me, they'll keep doing it and doing it until until they can go scot-free with it. So if you want any rule to stick, make sure that you give consequences that you can follow through with. Don't say if you don't eat your food, you won't go to school, and then you don't follow through. They'll test you. They will definitely test you. So only give threats that you are going to follow through, and make sure that each punishment fits the crime. All right. So motherhood, a piece of cake. Have you gotten value so far? Is there someone you need to bring on this video to get as much value to? Please kindly share the video with them, and then tell me, what have you done that has made motherhood very easy for you? Or even as a dad, what have you done that has made parenting easy for you, or a lot easier? You know, there are things we just do that come naturally to us. We now trivialize them, make you feel like it's nothing, meanwhile they are really a big deal, and there's something that other people could maybe learn from, that could make their journey equally easy. So please, can you share with us on the in the comments what you're doing differently that is making your journey very, very easy? Now, have you ever made cakes, like being anywhere close to a baker or a pastry chef? Have you noticed how many eggs they need to use to make maybe cake, a particular design of cake come to life? A lot of eggs get broken. The process is very messy. It takes time and patience. It takes a lot of unique artistry or artistic skills. If not, your cake will not come out fluffy. It's not come out moist. It's not come out beautiful. It's not, even if you end up getting the frosting right, the cake in itself will not be enjoyable. That's how motherhood is. There'll be a lot of messes. There'll be a lot of eggs broken. There'll be a lot of challenges. But then at the end of the day, at the end of the baking process, can you just begin to imagine how amazing you feel seeing that wonderful work of art that you have done? Now, to round this up, I'll tell you a quick system that I learned from Tony Robbins about getting things done. He calls it the RPM method. I think it will really, really also help you on your journey. R is for results, P is for purpose, and then M is for massive action. What results do you want to see? Like in this month, in the next month, in this quarter, in this year, what results are you going in for? First, take note of them. What's your purpose? Why do you want to achieve this thing? If you are trying to teach your children a particular skill, why do you want them to learn it? What's your motivation? What's your reason? Because once the why, you know what you want, you know why you want it. The how is very, very easy. And once you figured out the how, the what, the why, and the how, of course, take action. Take action, and in taking action, make sure you get the right staff. Make sure you are a team player yourself. Make sure you're very, very organized. Make sure that you're dependable, you're loyal, you're trustworthy. Make sure that you build dependable relationships, and make sure that you have rules and regulations, and then you abide by them you abide by them yourself. Remember, monkey sees, monkey does, as has become our traditional custom in this channel. I'll be leaving you with two quotes on motherhood. The first one is by Donna Ball. I'll read it to you. Motherhood is a choice you make every day to put someone else's happiness and well-being ahead of your own, to teach the hard lessons, to do the right thing, even when you're not sure what the right thing is, to forgive yourself over and over again for doing everything wrong. I'll take that again. Motherhood is a choice you make every day to put someone else's happiness and well-being ahead of your own, to teach the hard lessons, to do the right thing, even when you do not know, or even when you're not sure what the right thing is, to forgive yourself over and over again for doing everything wrong, by Donna Ball. The second one is by Linda Wooten. Being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't know you had, and dealing with fears you never knew existed. being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't know you had and dealing with fears you did not know existed. You're not alone on this journey. Your challenges are not unique to you alone. There's no such thing as perfection. We are all constantly learning. We are all constantly becoming better at being moms. So, dear mother, please cut yourself some slacks. Celebrate yourself because you are doing such an amazing job raising those beautiful children. And should you be experiencing burnout at the moment, to get help. I hope you get help. And remember that you don't have to carry the burden all by yourself. You don't have to do it all alone. Get the help you require. Prioritize self-care. Set realistic expectations. And by all means, if you really need to take some time off, you need mommy break or a mom break, please go ahead and take it. And while at it, put your feet up, maybe dance, maybe do anything that makes you very happy and really relax. Take, like, throw that mom guilt away and have the best time of your life. We appreciate you, we celebrate you, we say thank you very much for your labor of love, for everything you do, for the sleepless nights. I think it's about 3 a.m. Nigerian time now, and I'm shooting this video, and in the morning I have to go for a school event at my kids' school. I was in a class from about 10:30 till about 1 a.m. So you see, motherhood, whether as a stay-at-home mom or one as someone that's just trying to build a business or one that's been in business for a while, it's not really a piece of cake. Thank you so much for sticking it out with us again to the end of this video. We really do appreciate every single second you spend with us at the Lori brand. Do have a phenomenal week.